Isn't this the wildest skateboard park you've ever seen? Once you've mastered a few tricks, you could really... Let's start with something easy. Okay, now try... Hey, nice roll! Whoa, you must be a nap... All right, you nailed... Now that was a 900.
Yeah.
Wow, you learn really fast. I think you're ready to try. All right. can go for the course record.
No! Oh, that would have been great. Hey, you know what? No. Hey. Pop. Sorry, I can't. I'm not even going to try and begin to pronounce that name. I'll butcher it. I'm sorry. I don't have an excuse either because I have a surname that's similar to that. And hold on, let me try. Popo. Forget it. Just mark me off as an idiot and that's better. Pop Goes Rock Band. Oh, God, of course, it's one word. I'm such a damn fool. Oh, God, I didn't even think about adding the spaces. I just saw the one word and I was like, yeah, that's it. There you go. Just say it like that, oh, no problem. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah, I know, I'm sorry about that. My friends noticed this a while back, when I say a while back, I mean an hour ago, Google is having real trouble right now with doing anything. We've really tried. We think it's a Google issue. No matter how many times I re-scramble the link or re-upload the how do I do this? Oh, of course. No matter how many times I re-upload the link or take it down and re-upload it again, it always does the same thing. Every time. It keeps breaking. I don't know why it worked for the first hour. I thought I botched this up. So yeah, I'll get on it, but I need to take a break. I've been working on that game since Friday evening, non-stop. I only got 4 hours sleep on Saturday night. It was a real touch and go situation. Doggo, like, there it is. Maybe you flex too hard. I did not flex. I can tell you that right now. I am it's very hot where I am. God damn it. It's very hot where I am right now. And I have my shirt off. And I'm looking down and I do not see anything that can be flexed with. I am a mess. Man, this AI is really frustrating. Please stand on the button, dog. Oh, that's frustrating. That's really frustrating. What is with this mod? Oh god, I think this is broken. I think we've broken it. It's broken. Have I gotta, like, leave and come back? Oh, sweet, dude. What did you make him with? Yeah, I'm gonna have to exit the area and come back, because the dog's bogged out, man. Gotta do this, gotta do it again. Give me the funny bulldog. There we go. Oh, Fusion! Oh, I remember Fusion. Oh wow, that was a blast from the past. Holy crap. I don't think it's called that anymore though, is it? Yeah, Fusion kicked ass, man. Did you make it? If so, that's pretty neat. I'm not aware of it, but I'll take a fat look. Oh, for goodness sake, dog, pick up the... Oh, that's really frustrating. Bork, bork, I'm a dog. Fuck! Is... Ooh, Saturn. Is this normal? Because I swear to Christ, the original game definitely didn't fuck up like this. Why don't you want to do, dog? Why don't you want to do? What's wrong with you? No, he doesn't even want to spit it out. For goodness sake, man. Pick up the ball. Okay, well. Hey, Brandon. The game's crap. Twice I've come to this area and the dog is bugged out up there. And it fucking won't. Okay, right, let's restart the area, try again. Thank God it takes like 5 seconds to get to that point as well, otherwise I'll just biggity bounce on this area. Okay, dog. Spit. Fetch. Thank you. Go get. Alright. Third time's the charm, they say. Spit the fucking ball out. Shut your mouth. Don't bark at me like that. Okay. Go get. Yes! God damn it! It is not that hard to fucking path out AI pathways. It is not that hard. God damn it! Anyway, enough of that.
You found barley. How can...
That's right, I did, hipster. Where are the rest of the gems, though? Sparks, take me to them. Are we going back up? Your owl blaze from earlier says otherwise. That is a true. That was a fun. Your Virtua Fighter escapade was pretty fun to watch. I'm sorry I couldn't have been more. Sorry I couldn't have been more proactive in the chat during that time. There we go, Donzies. I think I can just leave as Sergeant Bird, I think. But you know, that game and all that. Trying to work out why it crashed every time I even tried to upload it was stupid. Duck over multimedia class fusion. Yeah, maybe. Right now I want to give it a break. Because that game I'm making is for university. It's for a little module that they wanted me to do. So I was kind of like, I was put on the spot to find an engine. And it had to be a new engine as well, that was part of the criteria. Had to be an engine we hadn't used. So I had to find an engine that I didn't know about, that was reasonably priced, and get it. and make a little game. Other people were smart though. They chose stuff like Twine, and somebody flipped the boat so hard that they even made a board game. Technically, real life, I guess, is an engine. So whatever, right? Fucking hell! Calm down, mate.
I was supposed to meet Doug to go ice fishing today, but I've been trying to...
Doug is ice fishing today. Focus more on the Yakuza itself from... rather than... No, it was a fun thing. I understand. You streamed for Yakuza. I appreciated the Virtual Fighter a little bit though. Ooh. You got me thinking though, Brandon. You got me thinking about the whole Sega thing. I don't think I'll go back to... Jesus. I don't think I'll go back to doing YouTube videos again, because that's just a can of worms I don't want to open, but I think I might stream Sega stuff again. Like, I know that's like an obviously well duh, of course I will. The majority of stuff I own is Sega. But I mean like on a constant level. God damn, it's hot. I mean, it's way too hot. I'm dripping. It's only goddamn March as well. Yeah, because, not because, but before I realised I had Spyro to finish, I had a real itching to play, I had a real itching to play the Wonder Boy 3 remake. But play it in the classic style, because the game gives you a choice if you want to play it with the new tasty graphics, or play it with the classic Master System style, and that's what I felt like doing, because I like me some Wonder Boy. It's a good franchise. I still need to get the new one, fucking Cursed Kingdom. Play Space Harrier in the next stream. Oh yeah, you can. There's a bunch of stuff you can play in the arcades, isn't there? It's Virtua Fighter 5, Puyo Tetris, Space Harrier Outrun, Fantasy Zone, I want to say. It's been a while since I played Yaki Kaki. The last Yakuza game I played was, well, Kiwami 2, and the moment I beat it, I put it down. Well, I say put it down. The moment I beat it and did all the stuff I wanted to do, I put it down. It's oh yeah. Ah, okay. God, hang on is something you should teach your wife. I remember there being a hang-on game for the Saturn, and it was very strange because it was literally just called Hang On, and that was it. And people were very confused when it came out. You platinum Yakuza 6. I think I remember you posting that. Yeah. Rock and roll, by the way. Platinum Yakuza games isn't easy. Ah! Then again, we all have platinum trophies that aren't easy to get. Our little unique little platinum trophies we all have. God damn it, I didn't know they could do that. In the original, they didn't point up. Next game to Platinum, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Resident Evil 2. And Kingdom Hearts 3, have you gotten to the bit where Donald Duck says Zeta Flare? I'd like to know. Oh, I'm gonna go get that duck. And I was thinking about getting Resident Evil 2, but again, it's one of those things where I've got a lot of games I want to buy, but I need to prioritise what it is I need to get, and for what system. Fucking Christ, that was I would say that's fast, but it came out a while ago. But yeah, a friend of mine got the game. And he invited me over, and he was like, "This is fucking cool, man." I was like, "Alright, just show me the funny mouse." And we got to the bit because he didn't know about the Zeta Flare thing, and we got to that bit where fucking Goofy's half-arsed acting kicked in. Donald, don't Zeta Flare, and fucking. He murders a man for the first time in history. Oh god, it was. I think it was one of those you had to be there moments, because holy shit, we laughed. We just didn't see it coming. It wasn't the event itself wasn't funny. It was just how quickly it escalated, and to such of a degree. I don't know, it's hard to explain. We got a good chuckle out of it though, that was the main point.
Ooh, by the way, feel free to use our gondola whenever you want.
Okay, Canadian polar bear. At least I think that's what they were going for. I don't know if that's true or not. I like shooting birds. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, listen.
Step right up, Spyro.
Shut up! Money!
Always...
Give! Go! Away!
Tonight is my big ice dance performance, and these hockey players are ruining it. Will you
Probably, I mean,
Thanks.
if I goes to the street, do your thing. I know you've posted something else, but I need to concentrate. Because these hockey players have got a good reach. No!
Okay, it didn't hurt as much as it looked. Let's try again.
Res 2 is a fairly short game, but it's replayable. Oh, that's alright then. God, I need a drink, it's so goddamn warm. That could be same for Resi 1 though.
Thanks.
Because if you know what to do, Resident Evil 1 is just an 8-hour adventure. That can be done in a day. But there's lots to do. Lots of secrets to unlock with different characters. And only some things you can only...
That's okay.
Some things you can only do once per those characters too. I think I prefer that way more than a long-ass adventure. I prefer a short, well-polished adventure that can be replayed a bunch of times with different outcomes. That is way more fun to me than something.
That's okay. It didn't.
First one will take you up to 8 hours. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like about the original Resident Evils. They were short, but you could go back. They were cool. And then 4 came out, and it was like a 20-hour game, and it fucking got really boring really fast. You can only shoot zombies for a number of times before it gets boring. Oh, sweet! Hey, it's done. Where are the roses?
We did it.
The original had oh, there we go. There are the roses. I say you don't fucking diss out the roses.
Be my ice dancing.
Cute fat roses. So there are 2 runs. What are the differences? Apart from, you know, one being canon and one not. Or is that the point? Are neither of them canon? I just don't know. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Andrew. Fuck. I mean, I will be using this channel to stream, like, a lot. Because I feel as though that's the only video format I like doing now. I think I might change the name of the channel, though. The Casey Train is a bit too long. It needs to be short, it needs to be snappy. Needs to be ape. Yeah, I do like them. I think I like all the Jak and Daxter games. I think I've platted them, all of them, because they came out on PS4 not too long ago. I think the canon route is the same as the original still. Claire one of them. Okay. That's good to know. Is there an Ada route? Or not? This isn't gonna, like, change my decision on buying Resident Evil 2. I'm still gonna do it. I'm just hunting for information. I want Resident Evil 2. Oh. I do have one big fat issue, though, with the latest trend in Capcom games, and I do not like it. It is that, for whatever reason, people in games now need to have realistic-ass human faces, and for whatever reason, top-notch voice acting. And it's gotten to the point to me where I can't stand it anymore. And Resident Evil 2 has that. Like, Leon, fuck it, every character in that game has extremely ridiculously detailed face rigging, and it's amazing, but it looks crap. Like, it looks too real to be enjoyable. I don't know, it's a weird thing. I need more time to think about it. Like, why couldn't they just stick to the aesthetic that the previous games had? Because they didn't do that for the Resident Evil 1 remake. They just made them look how they looked via the art they were designed for. Made them look nice. This time they've made them look Western as hell, and it fucking sucks. Anyway. Zombies is even though I set them on fire with a flamethrower, they still grab you and bite you. Good! It should be hard. And plus they're undead. I think the only thing that should stop them is a bullet to the brain. Everything else is, you know, subjective. That's why I didn't buy Resident Evil 7, by the way. I liked it, but they all looked like real people and it really put me off. And I don't mind that. I mean, the whole point of a horror game is, like, you know, making it look real and shit like that, and that's fine. I've got other horror games I own. Whoa. I have other horror games I own that have extremely realistic aesthetic. But that's just not... I don't see Resident Evil as one of those. I don't see it. You can't set up a franchise for 25 years having a certain aesthetic and then just decide, yeah, you know what, I think we'll just fucking... rechange the whole thing. And it sucks that it's stuck. So I don't think they're going to be changing it anytime soon. Whatever. I tried that too. It took 14 shots to the head. 14 shots to the brown bread? Up to 4 times. Resident Evil 2 can take 5-6 headshots, but they do go down. And they can shoot limbs off. Oh, maybe that'll do it. If you just shoot... I would say shoot the legs off, but they'll just crawl, won't they? They need also to bring back Twisted Metal. Who doesn't... I think they might be doing that. Because Sony right now seems to have a boner for doing remakes. I don't have an issue with that though. Because I think whoever is in charge of Sony right now has realised, hey, we've actually got franchises that people like, but we don't use them anymore. How about we, you know, use them? And then someone had a heart attack and look where we are. I know, can't wait, it's gonna be great. You can crit, but it's timing your shots. You need to move forward. That makes sense. I mean, they are zombies. They are moving targets. God damn it, let me fucking head punch the ice. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Where is the yellow thief? Oh! They're also remaking 3. I know. That's a good... Whoa! He psyched me out. I thought he was going to run the other way. I would like it, believe it or not, I would like it if they remade Resident... The fuck, did you see the game? That was weird. I would like it if Resident Evil 3 was remade in the style of Resident Evil 7, believe it or not. It's a bit ambitious, I know, takes away everything from that, but in my brain, I'm like, fuck it, because they made Resident Evil 2 remake in the style of 4, 5 and 6. So, you know, sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned. And I think with the Nemesis factor, a first person's perspective would be terrifying. And they can't decide if they should remake Dino Crisis. They should remake Dino Crisis, because Dino Crisis is amazing. Dino Crisis is Resident Evil but with dinosaurs. And if that isn't enough to get those fat cats in Washington to get up and do something, then I don't know what will. Gosh and heck it. I think they should, yeah. I've got a feeling Konami is, I think Konami's on their redemption arc now, because they are, they're starting to dig deep into the franchises they own, releasing collections, and there was also that patent that they signed off for a new Castlevania game. Oh! Where am I? Oh yeah. I hope it's going to be good. And I feel as though with the outrage of Silent Hill, I've got a feeling they'll be doing that too. But I think they're probably going to give Metal Gear Solid a rest. For now. Because they kind of fucked that up a little bit with the survival thing. We'll see though. We'll see. Yay, there we go. They should remake Croc. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would like it if they did Croc, but I don't see it happening because the guys who own them are clearly doing fine just shelling out mobile games with his name on it. They have no intention of giving that little Croc Scallion a proper comeback. Ape Escape though I totally see being a thing. I feel as though that will be the next trilogy remake Sony releases, because they are going to give Medieval 1 and 2 entirely big fabricated world remakes. It's going to be huge. There's no point making them into a collection. That's the completely different idea they're going for there. But Ape Escape 1, 2 and 3, they could totally turn into a trilogy. A trilogy pack like they did with Crash and Spyro. That would be pretty sweet. They were, however, hate to be like the, I do hate to do this because it's like, well, I grew up with a Sega Saturn, so, but in the Sega Saturn version, there was a button mode to change from D-pad to analog, which I know that's a thing for the PS1. But for whatever reason, the development team for Croc 1 for Saturn changed the tank controls to D-pad and the analog controls to something like Spyro. So it's very interesting to see Croc play like this. It's very interesting. But it was only on Saturn, they didn't do it for PlayStation. Like, you changed analog controllers to D-pad and analog, and it's the same tank controls. It was very odd. It was odd for me, because I played the Saturn version originally, and then I went to play the PS1 version. I was like, wait a minute, this is why have they done this? I thought hold on. So you can see my dilemma with that. The Saturn was fucking cool. Oh, was it? Oh, that makes sense. Did you have it for the PC? Do you know anybody who had it for the PC? That would be helpful. Sweet! How did it control? If you remember. How about Gex 1, 2 and 3? I really like Gex 1 and 2, but 3 rubs me the wrong way for some reason. I don't understand why, I just have a disliking for it. Yeah, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. Who owns Gex right now? Because somebody did buy Crystal Dynamics. Don't know who though. The 3DO version of Gex 1 did have a save feature, but was removed for the port of the PC, PlayStation, Sega Saturn version. Well, isn't that a box of frogs? I'm gonna go take a shower now, dude. It's WrestleMania time, of course, Brandon, of course. Well, you do your job correctly and take notes and all that shit, and post it up on your news blog and get paid the fat dollars. Unless you did that already, and I'm thinking of a different thing. Either way, have a good time, Brandon. Oh, so Square Enix owns Gex? That's weird. I don't see it. That's something I didn't thought I'd see. Right. That's why I have the 3DO version instead to save. No, yeah, a save feature definitely like. Especially then. I mean, the whole point, the whole concept of a save feature was brought in during like what, 93, 94? So during like 95, 96, a save feature was like considered normal. So for a game to not have it in some form, whether it be via password or, you know, digital benchmark, was a very strange thing. So yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Gex for 3DO probably is the best bet because of that feature alone. The Saturn version didn't have that, it was a password system. I know that much, and it pissed me off, because the passwords were not long, I mean short.
This door is jammed. You've made a wise choice.
I can't speak for PS1 though. I had Gex 2 for PS1 and Gex 2 for PS3. I mean, 1. Ugh! So many fucking numbers!
You are brave, dragon. Much braver than I by far.
With all lamps.
I need to... Yeah, let's do this guy first.
With all.
Oh, I need to light all the goddamn torches. Okay. There it is. I don't think there's an easy way to do this. I will have to come back round. Alright. Well, I tried. Okay. If you leave the level 3 times at first in Crash 2 without crystals, Cortex will scold you. Really? Then again, I never tried it. I totally believe it though. That's cool. Let's lay epic tray, as the kids say. I think there was, yeah. I think there was like a 3D PS1 Frogger. Don't remember a damn thing about it though. I see a few of my friends posting it on Twitter sometimes though. Like the box art and stuff. $63 FX. We're only on the second world and I'm already over halfway through to beat the final boss. Wake up! Throw the funny bomb. There it is. Oh yeah, Rayman kicks the absolute of ass. I had Rayman 1 on the Saturn and it was fantastic. I had Rayman 2 on pretty much almost everything besides N64. Because I was very confused about which one was which because they were all very different. Like the PS1 played differently to the Dreamcast version and the Dreamcast version had a remake based on the original in the PS2 version, which was supposed to be the definitive version. So it was fucking weird, but yeah, Rayman kicks ass. Oh yeah, it was on the Jaguar, wasn't it? I remember that being its selling point as well. It's like, Rayman on the Jaguar, and it's like, the fuck? I'm not buying it for that.
This swamp smells so sweet. The springtime trees are fragrant. I'm off to kick butt.
The PS1 version had voice acting and half the game removed. The fuck? What do you mean, half the game removed? Explain yourself. Oh, PS1 Rayman 2, right. Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't like how stiff they've made Sheila. In the original she was a lot more, I don't know, just felt more free to control. I'm assuming it was because of the voice acting taking up all the disk space. Yeah, probably. I mean, audio files of that magnitude probably did have something to do with it. Oh, this is the one, yeah. Rayman 2 was also ported to the DS, named Rayman DS, and to the 3DS, named Rayman 3D. I remember that. I remember the 3D one. I remember seeing it in shops and being like, oh cool, I'll pick it up, and then I was like, oh shit, wait, hold on. This is Rayman 2, I already own this. Unlike several other things. I'm not buying it again. Was it really? Now that I didn't know. I wonder if it played okay. That name does not ring a bell. I clearly missed the mark on that one. There we go, all the gems. So now all we need to do is the funny egg challenges. Oh, where is it? No, I'm afraid I missed the mark on that one. Did not remember. I don't remember seeing it or people talking about it. I believe you, though. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I mean, there's been a bunch of strange ports.
Yes.
In the past. Oh no! Oh, it's okay. Oh no, it's not okay! Stop! Fuck.
Ow! I went boom again. Big rocks can be kicked, they say. Mushrooms must be stomped.
Oh yeah, no, I remember getting Twin Snakes for GameCube.
Yes,
And I remember getting scolded by my friends because apparently the GameCube version is, like, as cool as it is, doesn't have the same soundtrack as the PS1 version, which is supposed to be better. I don't argue that. I mean, I enjoyed the game regardless. God damn it, he comes up fast, man.
Ow.
I gotta get used to this dude's speed. It seemed rough. Kabars. This little dude's quick. And he comes around and jumps over this one. Oh, balls! No, he doesn't!
Ow.
Come on. Come on! Ew. Let's go to the funny shop. Go. Yeah. Okay, that's one. Piggy!
One egg cage.
Yes, of course I'm going to help your brother out.
Yes, it's bombing time.
Thank you, Andrew. I think so too. Well, let's just try to remember what the hell goes on with this one. Okay, it doesn't even do that. Right, cool. That's fine, that's rock and roll. This one. Okay, right.
Ow! Yep.
He doesn't even touch that mushroom. I think he goes over near this one though. Yes, yes he does. Okay, so that one is a must. That one? Where are you going? There he goes. Oh, it's the small one. I swear in the original, he goes for the tall one. That's fine. We got it down. We got this Grizzly Brown. Woo! Kick ass!
The eggs are all free.
We can leave and do the panda one, but not all of it because I've not released Bentley. I have not freed Bentley from his big bunny cage. Funny, I meant to say funny, I know he's not a bunny. He's a big yet. The PS2 version of Substance had the skateboarding game. What the fuck? It had a skateboarding game? That I did not know. I don't know a whole lot about Metal Gear Solid as a franchise. Did they give you glasses?
Spyro, Rhinox have been harassing us all day. The workers haven't been able to harvest the bamboo.
Why did they give you glasses? That's such a weird design choice. One guy that always cracked me up with Metal Gear Solid was named Johnny for the bathroom issues. Oh yeah, the recurring Johnny. I like Johnny. He was cool. He always tried his best, despite, you know, crapping himself all the time. What a trooper. We could all be like Johnny. If we can all just be a little bit like Johnny. Every time, always. I wonder if that was in reference to something. I wonder if Kojima had a friend with like really bad irritable bowel syndrome to the point where it stopped him from like just doing things. Probably, it's quite common. Whoop. I also found out that in the day 2, Olga, female soldier, is the ninja named... Okay, that makes sense. Sort of. No, it does make sense, if I'm remembering the story correctly. There's a lot of story to remember, though. No! There is a lot of story to remember in Metal Gear Solid. Wah! Didn't see that coming. The white soldier looks like a Star Wars transform. Yeah, I thought so. That's what I was thinking. Needed a good confirmation though. Like I said, I don't remember the story too well. I'm not a... I like the franchise, but I clearly didn't pay attention that much. Oh yeah, it gave you a special animation if you did that. God, those games were they were just so fun, and they let you play around too. Like it played itself off as a serious army game, but it knew what it was doing. If you get 100 dog tags in MGS2, you unlock Mr. X. No, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I like stuff like that. It's like a nice little cosmetic unlock. It's like you played the game. You you played the game, and then it gives you stuff. I think that's what I'll make my games say. At the end, when you finish it, there'll just be this little voice. You played the game, and then something happens.
Oh, the emergency escape bridge.
Yeah, the VR missions one. Yeah.
Honored if you would accept this as a.
I remember somebody I follow on here. Excuse me. Somebody I follow on here streams the VR missions. It was pretty good. It was like Metal Gear Solid, but a puzzle game, which I think is a really cool. It was a really neat idea. Like, that's a nice way of doing it. Not so much puzzly as in putting blocks together, but like puzzly as in how will you traverse this scenario. Kind of like Gain Ground, really, but you know, Metal Gear Solid. Whoa, what? There we go. No, it was a good idea. I liked VR training. It was a very good. Okay. Ugh. Oh, excuse me, what am I doing? Get the last few gems I can get. Because I can't do Bentley stage. I haven't freed her. Oh yeah, this is the rail shooter bit. Neat. There was only 10 wrestling games for the N64.
Please help us, Spyro.
Although, having said that, 10 wrestling games for one console is pretty good.
Hop aboard.
So that's pretty cool. No, balls! I didn't know you could hit the pandas.
Sure you would succeed if you... Please help us, Spyro.
Well, that's alright then. As long as they do their job right. As long as they're fun on the bun. There we go. Whew. Good, good, good. Not long now. I'll read your thingy in a mo. Got him! Right.
Please take the shiny egg.
The worst two of all the backstage assaults and the Nitro. I do remember people talking about backstage assault. maybe for that reason, because apparently it was bad. I owned very little wrestling games. And still do. But I keep edging myself to go get more. Because they are fun, I do remember having a good time with them. Whoa.
Let's head on over to the whirligig.
All systems checked out A-OK. Jump aboard.
The whirly fig. Evening, like. Oh yeah, Turok games kick ass. I'm glad they ported the first one for modern systems not too long ago. They should definitely do 2 though. Bring 2. Maybe they're just using that to test the waters, see if it sells well.
You bumbling, idiotic, worthless fool! I asked you to carry out one simple task and you fail me. I should have known better than to rely on a child. But don't worry about it. I'll deal with them now.
These eggs can't be worth all this trouble.
Without the dragons, the magic in this world will wither away. Without magic, I'll die. And so will your ever-slim chance of becoming a sorceress. Now, watch how a real sorceress dispatches her enemies.
Release me from this cage, you merciless miscreants!
How would you like some dragon for lunch?
Why, if I had my club, you'd all be in for...
Neat. Oh yeah, I like Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'm waiting for them to port it to Switch already.
My tactical instincts told me the sorceress would attack you here, so I flew in to help out. It seems my rocket launchers don't affect this creature, but I can assist you by dropping ammunition. Now get in there and fight the good fight.
Ah! Forgot you could do that. God damn, that spooked me. Oh shit. There it is. Oh yes, I know about the Link's Awakening remake. One of my friends is a very big fan of Link's Awakening because it was the first Zelda game they played and managed to finish or something. I don't know. So yeah, they've got a fond connection to it, so they're looking forward to that one. The same goes for me though with Ocarina of Time. That was my first Zelda game, and that was the first one I completed 100%. So I would like it if I could have that. I have the choice to play that game again. I think I remember that. Yeah, because there was that era where Nintendo were porting classic games to GBA.
Listen to me, Dragon. Spyro, this is serious now. The sorceress is planning a trap for you, and if she catches you, believe me, you don't want to know what she's going to do. Look, I promise to take good care of the rest of the eggs. I mean it. Just take Hunter and go back home before... I can't say it. Just go.
Oh yeah. I thought it was weird how they did that, but they remade some of the classic NES games, like Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland and Zero Mission. I just didn't. I don't know. Whatever. It's their franchise. They can do what they want.
The sorceress has a real prize on her hands. Where are you getting all this?
The first rejuvenating breath of freedom. With the humility of a wounded sparrow, I genuflect to my noble deliverer.
It was no big deal, dude.
Yes. After all, it was I who let you out.
Why, you brazenly avaricious, duplicitous, larcenous ursine!
Now, hold on.
One more, perhaps?
At least.
Please do afford me the sublime honor of enjoying your visitation in the nearest future.
Yeah, sure.
A literal educated Yeti is very strange. I like it though. He does, doesn't he? I didn't... Have I never put two and two together? I will go into his portal. I just want a 100% Evening Lake before I do anything else. God, wild move. Eat me well. What the flying fuck? Is this normal? I don't think it is. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Okay, maybe if I just leave and come back, it'll fix itself. Okay, yeah, it fixed itself. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, there. What the f- What is with this thing? Ugh. What the fuck? What a shitly programmed whale. Holy crap. Oof, yeah, it must have been hard, sure, but it's just... Spit me back out, please. It's just funny to see that this whole game has such polish, and then there's this thing. What the fuck, man? Oh, dearie me. What a sight. Anyway, original Battlefield 1 and 2. Oh yeah, the original Battlefield kicked ass. I remember playing that a lot. I know I said Battlefield, I meant Battlefront. I remember deliberately setting some missions to last an extremely long time, and I don't know why. Like, I remember going into the option settings and making it so that both sides had the maximum amount of soldiers to use, and the map had the maximum amount of time it could use before the match ended. And I don't understand why I did that, but I remember doing it a lot. Right now, I couldn't imagine doing that. Why would I do that? Different person back then. I'm a different person. I understand, fairy. Thank you. Whoop. I am not a nerd, Logan. You're the nerd. With all your fucking books. Fucking nailed that one. Try and earn me again, see what happens. How did I do this before? Did I seriously just glide from here? That doesn't seem right. Let's try. No, I didn't think so. Oh, it's right there. Stop picking on me, Logan. You don't know what powers I possess now. I know about the Max Payne games, but I really didn't buy them at all. I wasn't into that stuff at the time. I'm getting good as fast as getting good can get, Mr. Logan Berry. I'd like to see you get... How many eggs do I have? 7 eggs. When you just enter the third world. I only need 23 more. then I can fight the final boss, and I think I'll be able to do that the moment I land in the last hub world. I think that's pretty good. I get to skip the entire last place. And speaking of good getting... Oh wait, that was a mistake. Fun fact, the only Spyro game I've ever played is minor amount of Enter the Dragonfly. Eee, that's bad. I mean, if you enjoyed it, I don't know if you did, but Enter the Dragonfly is not a good representation of the franchise. It was a bit of a mess.
I will gladly help you on your quest, Spyro, but first I must attend to my young sibling. I'm afraid he may have gotten himself into trouble during my absence.
What about the Legends of Spyro? With the... I don't know what that is. The trilogy... Is that the one that was, I think I know to what you're referring, Andrew.
Really cool if you smash that boulder.
I barely remember even... Yeah, Spyro's fun. It's just a, you know, it's an open, not an open world, but an open level exploring collectathon platformer. That's it in a nutshell, really. And if you're into that, there you go. It's 3 games that star the female. Yes, I do know what you're referring to. I played the first one, finished it, and I completely forgot that not completely forgot, but it went right over my head that a sequel was made. Like 2 and 3 went completely by me. Like, I didn't know they existed until it was like 3 years after their release, and I was like, oh, balls, that was a thing. I'm sure you've had moments like that, maybe. Soldiers, Heroes, and Air Attack. I'm aware of them, but I don't think I took much interest into them. I can't own everything. And if I did, I'd have a fucking huge house. That would be ridiculous. It did. It turned into a Skylanders thing, and it made loads of money for a short period of time. And then the Skylanders franchise started to lose money over a large period of time, and then they started to panic because I don't know, because they thought it was a good idea. And how about Simpsons Road Rage? You mean the Crazy Taxi clone? I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember them getting sued by Sega because of that, because it was pretty much just a one-to-one replica, but the skins were changed. It's fine making a game that's similar, but the game was nearly identical. Which is not okay. That's stealing, y'all. Yeah, oh shit, the money bag we made has stopped moneying. We better, you know, do what the franchise was good at to begin with. I think it's good that people are catching on that these money-making schemes is not working. like loot crates and stuff like Skylanders, as fun as they can be, they are designed to wring you of your money. And people are starting to catch on, so game studios and game developers are starting to like make good shit again now. It's great. What a time to be alive. Also remember The Simpsons Hit and Run, basically Grand Theft Auto. I do remember Simpsons Hit and Run, and I remember typing in the debug code for that, and I remember completely destroying my disc because I didn't know what I was doing. So I took it back to the shop and I got my full money back. And now there's a disc floating around in the market somewhere that's still got the debug codes written on it. That was a fun time.
Great! I bet we can cause an avalanche with this one.
If only Konami would make a game instead of causing for focusing on the shit pachinko machines. It's funny enough, I was talking about this earlier on, Logan. It feels like Konami are trying to get back into games. That's a collection they're releasing sometime this summer. Their Contra, Castlevania and arcade collection. All of their classic stuff. They're releasing that into a collection. Which is neat, because that's hard to get. Unless you own like all the old Nintendo consoles, you can't play any of the old Castlevanias. So this is a good thing, like it's more accessibility. Same with Contra too. It's a good idea. Make more good ideas, Konami. I like your games. Just stop being an asshole. Fuck emulators. I mean, I like them, they're cool, but I like the idea of having something officially released by the company. The only time I'm on board with an emulator is if you're trying to play something that's impossible to get. Like a really obscure game that no one's trying to release and is fucking really expensive to get. Then I'm alright with it. Because that makes sense. Konami is also responsible for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. So they are. I completely forgot. Can't remember. I don't remember any of them though. Sony released an official PlayStation Mini. Yeah? What's your point? Well, look how that turned out. I don't get it. What do you mean? Did it sell bad? Because as far as I remember, Sony doesn't have any franchises to put on their Mini. Weren't they all third-party stuff that was accessible on everything else? That's probably why it failed. Because Sony doesn't have anything. Sony has like 5 memorable franchises and the rest are just cannon fodder made by third-party companies that run out of licensing in like 5 years. They've got nothing. They're fucking... I don't know. But when I think of a family of franchises, I do not think Sony.
Thanks, bro.
God, no. When I think company that rips off people's franchises for a 30% cut of the business, I think Sony. Sadly though, it seems to work. It had 20 games and they weren't even 20 decent games besides. Yeah, that's what I mean. All the decent stuff they probably wanted probably had a license run out and they couldn't get them, and then Sony panicked. They were like, fuck, what licensing agreements do we have that we can stick on here? And it was stuff either nobody heard about or stuff everyone wanted to forget. And people are still shocked. It's like, oh, how could this happen? Well, fucking look at the company. Jesus Christ, Sony is getting rather shitty with its stuff. Censoring here. Sony's always been a shit company though. Sony has always been a piece of crap, and I don't understand how they do how they make business, how they are still getting money. As a games company, they are terrible. The only thing they're good at is being a big money cow. If you've got a game and you can convince them to loan you money to make it, they'll do that for you. But when it comes to making games themselves, they haven't got a fucking clue. They are hopeless. No. They were good at marketing. They were good at pulling away from the main attraction to attract audiences to their product. Hence why they almost destroyed Nintendo and pretty much chased Sega out of the console market. Sony were very good at getting their name out there. If Sony didn't have that, if they didn't have the marketing power and the technological power to combine pretty much a DVD into a console, that console, I don't think it would have done very well at all. Because I can only think of a few franchises on PS2 that were worth getting. Everything else was on GameCube, Dreamcast or Xbox. And even then it was third-party stuff that could have been get anywhere else. It wasn't special. It was just the timing was right and the marketing was strong. Sony is more tech company. So they're good, but tech, yeah, not games. Yeah, they're good at tech. That's a good comparison. They're good at tech, but not games. They're a bit too corporate for that.